Hi, Don Laskin here with another edition of Observations When the Rant is Due. Today, there's a name for people like you. Are you a voter who never leaves a blank space on the ballot? I'm kind of obsessive that way. But when you're really busy, or really lazy, or really busy and lazy, and there are propositions and measures and bunches of important offices, who has time to research judgeships or candidates to school boards? Especially those pick any 5 out of 6. So without anything else to go on except the name, who do you vote for? Candidate John Powers or candidate Melvin Lackey? Ken King or Lester Lyman? My guess is Steve Poizner lost a raft of votes in the last California Republican gubernatorial primary because people thought you needed a food taster if he ever invited you out for lunch. Anyway, today a name just doesn't represent a person. Not like it used to when names were invented. Back in the old days, Johnson meant son of John, or Peterson, son of Peter, or Albertson, a supermarket chain in Northern California that bought Lucky Supermarkets and changed the name to Albertsons, which was changed back to Lucky when Lucky bought themselves back or something. Bottom line, it's no longer Albertsons, it's Lucky, and all this has nothing to do with the point of this observation. Besides, we shop at Safeway. Now, a name could also describe the profession of its owner. Cooper, a barrel maker; Zuckerman, a purveyor of sugar; or Miller, a miller. Or a name could tell you where a person's family came from, like my wife Marie. Her maiden name, Van Halle, or Von Halle, as she prefers the alliteration Marie von Halle, tells you her ancestors came from Halle in East Prussia. But the ones who got naming down better than anybody were Native Americans. Their names described a person's personality, what somebody is really like. For instance, at the Battle of the Little Bighorn, to demonstrate his miraculous invincibility to bullets and urge on his men, one warrior chief rode back and forth again and again in front of Custer's troops and let them blaze away. The chief emerged unscathed, which is proof of concept of his invincibility theory, and perhaps also proof he was just a little wacky. Hence the chief's name, Crazy Horse. Imagine the impact on our civilization from dating to detective work and business to politics if all people were named the same way Native Americans were. What if Sarah Palin became Sarah Pretty? Clueless. Or a motion challenged Speaker of the House John Boehner became Speaker of the House John Tearing Up. I guess it could also be pronounced John Tearing Up, couldn't it? In business, you're never sure where you stand with a new company. But if the VP marketing greeted you with, "Hi, I'm Joe Dumbass," by God, you'd know. Oh, in case you're curious, Laskin means, and this is for real, dweller at the sign of the weasel. I take this to mean my forebears were great hunters. Unfortunately, over the generations, this skill, like that of the baker who can't bake, the singer who can't sing, or the carpenter who can't carpent, has eroded until now I can barely tell a weasel from a dumbass. This is Don Laskin, and that was Observations.